under Uniform Commercial Code 440.2511 by tender of payment 2 and 3.
It's not applicable to this case.
And could you tell me why, Your Honor?
Because the UCC doesn't apply to this circumstance. Sir?
Yes.
I'm asking a very simple question.
A self-proclaimed sovereign citizen just got a major reality check in Judge Simpson's courtroom. This time, it wasn't just about ignoring the law. It was about trying to pay rent with fake currency. That's right, the defendant handed over a bogus cashier's check filled with foreign symbols, thinking it could pass as legal payment. But Judge Simpson wasn't having any of it. Known for his no-nonsense approach, the judge quickly shut down the idea that anyone can make up their own form of currency and expect it to satisfy a legal debt. U.S. law is clear. Only recognized legal tender counts when settling rent or any other obligation. This case also brings up a bigger conversation. How should we handle squatter situations in general? Some believe the laws should be stricter and protect property owners more, while others argue that squatters deserve certain rights and protections. It's always a hot topic, and opinions tend to vary wildly. Let me know in the comments. Should squatter laws be tougher, or is there room for reform? Now let's dive into the courtroom moment itself and watch Judge Simpson firmly put this case to rest with facts, law, and a clear message. Fake payments won't work here.
Good afternoon.
How you doing, Your Honor?
What's your name, sir? What is the claim in this case?
Judge, this is a non-payment of rent action with a money judgment being requested as well. I'm showing that rent is due in the amount of $1,588, court costs of $217 for a total rent retained of $1,805.
And sir,
Yes.
how do you intend upon paying this?
So, Your Honor, I actually tendered payment to Group 5 Management on November 3rd. And my form of payment was refused.
Was what?
My form of payment, she refused payment.
What was your form of payment?
A cashier's check. I actually have the voided check here. And I'm asking for
You had a
Yes.
cashier's check? Let me see.
If this is also a refusal in the email from the landlord. All right.
Danny, do you know anything about the refusal of payment?
I do not, Judge. Obviously, I'm standing in for Mr. Weiss. I believe my client or the client was supposed to be on. My understanding was that it wasn't a cashier's check. It was a counter or a check. And the reason it would have been refused was because he's had more than 3 checks come back as insufficient funds. But I would ask if I don't see if he's on here, Judge.
From Randolph Court or Group 5 on the Zoom? We don't have anybody checked in.
We don't.
Email.
Judge,
Hang on, listen, he has an email saying about the refusal. Well, it's a text message screenshot.
Yes, it's an email. I actually screenshotted it.
And it says,
We all know rent can be hard to keep up with. Most of us have been there. But there's a line between financial struggle and handing over a fake cashier's check like it's a valid payment. That's not a tough situation. That's a choice. Sovereign citizens always seem to believe they can talk their way out of reality. They show up in court with internet theories and made-up laws, thinking confidence can replace facts. But spoiler, it never does. And for some reason, these cases keep popping up, especially in Michigan. It's like every week there's a new how not to handle court episode. People arguing with judges using screenshots and trying to pay rent with monopoly money. At this point, Michigan courtrooms could probably charge admission, because this stuff, It's theater.
From somebody with the last name of Aslam, ASLAM, indicating that they received a rent check in the sum of $1238, which the check that he showed me was in the form of an over-the-counter check. However, must be certified funds. And then, second page, as the system will not accept this, maybe. But
Yeah, just my notes on the ledger show counter check, which is a check that's not, it's one of the ones they give you from the bank. And so again, that's the decision I was taking anyways, it was refused.
so,
because
sir,
Yes.
is there a reason why you can't get certified funds to the landlord?
Well, they actually accepted December's rent from the same check, Your Honor, from my bank.
Okay, but if
Well, because it costs. And my defense is that under Uniform Commercial Code 440.2511, by tender of payment, 2 and 3,
it's not applicable to this case,
and could you tell me why, Your Honor?
because the UCC doesn't apply to this circumstance.
I'm sorry?
The UCC doesn't apply to this circumstance.
It's a commercial transaction, Your Honor.
The UCC does not apply.
Okay. So where could I find this at that says that this isn't a commercial transaction?
That would be your assertion. I'm telling you it doesn't apply to this.
Just for my understanding that the Uniform Commercial Code governs all commercial transactions in commerce. And so based off of this law, tender of payment is why my defense is that once the tender of payment was refused, at that time, the charge or the total amount was charged.
Even if you were to do that analysis, you can't then have unjust enrichment, which means that you want to move.
I'm sorry?
You can't have unjust enrichment, so you'd have to move because you can't have the apartment and not pay.
No, I mean, I paid the rent. They took the exact form of payment in December.
Sir, are you going to tender a check or no? Or certified funds to them?
I will tender payment.
Are you going to tender certified funds for the 1805?
So, Your Honor, my rent is $1238, and just the extra $700, $600. I'm not sure where it's coming from, but if they accepted the rent payment and from my bank in December, I don't know why they wouldn't accept it now. They refused November and then they accepted December.
Sir?
Yes.
I'm asking a very simple question.
Yeah.
Are you going to tender certified funds to them in the amount of 1805?
I will surrender. I will submit funds.
Certified funds to them.
I plan to. It costs me to do certified, so I would.
As does
I would
the
like
NSF transactions that they've had in the past. So that is my question to you. Are you going to submit certified funds
I'll submit certified funds.
in the amount of 1805?
I like to debate that amount because I'm not sure where that amount's coming from. My rent is $1238. In court costs, I'm not sure what the other $600.
All right, here's what I'm going to do.
Yes.
Defendant to submit $1,238, which at this point is the undisputed amount in certified funds to the landlord no later than December 29th, 2023. And then we will look at the disputed amounts. I will adjourn this matter to January 5th, 2024 at 2 p.m. And I would just note to you, Mr. Smith, that if those funds aren't in, I'm not hearing any additional argument. I will be granting a judgment, which will be for their full amount, plus what will at that point be January's rent.
Your Honor, also, the 4th I have to work, so every time that I'm coming here, I'm having to take off for work. And
Sir, I cannot help that.
I mean, is there a way that we can set a different date?
That is my next day.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I can almost guarantee that the next time we see this guy, he'll be back in court, just as confused as ever. He'll probably say something like, "But, Your Honor, I gave them a paper that said $200 on it," as if simply writing a number on a sheet somehow makes it valid currency. Let's be clear. That is not how money works. You can't just invent your own form of payment and expect people, or the courts, to go along with it like it's a team project. It doesn't matter if it's handwritten in cursive or covered in glitter. A fake check is still a fake check under U.S. law, and that's not just a small mistake. It's a serious crime. Under 18 U.S. Code, paragraph 514, using or attempting to pass a counterfeit financial instrument is a federal offense. We're not talking about a slap on the wrist. We're talking about orange jumpsuits and government-issued meals. And I have to ask, what exactly is happening in Michigan lately? If you're from there, let me know in the comments. Is there a school or billboard that says, "Become a lawyer," in your imagination? Every viral courtroom meltdown lately seems to start with, "I don't consent," and end with, "You have no jurisdiction over me." And somehow, it's always happening in Michigan. But anyway, that's it for today's hearing. Let me know in the comments. Do you think Judge Simpson handled this one fairly? Or should the ruling have been tougher? Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate each of you. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.